the entire time. That's how we do it.
Boom. We back.
That's how we do it.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
All right, let's try this again.
Technology.
What?
That's nasty.
To Outspoken, say what you mean what you say. Thank you guys for joining. As usual, please like, subscribe, share with everybody. Before we get started, I obviously know it is a Wednesday, so
Hump day.
normally we don't do it on Wednesday, but going into the off season, we're going to figure out what our schedule is going to be with this and the new stuff that we're going to be putting out starting next week. So I got to figure all this stuff out of how everything's going to balance out and work out for us. But welcome in as usual.
Yeah.
I'm Cordell.
Marcus.
Eat, bro.
It's Deuce. Appreciate you, C-Mac and Nat, for letting us know that y'all couldn't hear us.
Hey,
That was
definitely.
very
Damn.
But we good.
Be your own people.
Yes. So, but yes, it is.
The days is thrown off. Mic thrown off. We used to having the mic.
That's
on
what it is.
Thursdays.
It's a Wednesday. If it was a Thursday, we would have been on
That's
top.
all it is.
That's what it is.
Maybe I need to be wearing a hat. Maybe it's too much shine. It's distracting y'all. I understand. If you like that, I just cleaned it up. Oh.
That curling.
So it is Super Bowl week.
You know, I don't
We
know
are
what that
here. It's a sad time, but we're here.
It's a sad time for who?
For me, I after.
Oh man, get over.
6 months.
Oh man, get over.
He's not counting the UFL.
You be alright.
No, and we won't be counting the UFL.
Because he doesn't watch anything but NFL. He doesn't watch college football. Doesn't do arena league. None of that. He's just too good for it.
What? There for years. Didn't that league?
You too good for any other league?
Yes.
That's crazy.
Whatever.
I mean, the NFL players are too good for the other leagues.
I'm spoiled.
That's different. They're playing. The viewer. Come on, man. I'll tune in.
So when there's no NBA on, you watching summer
Watching
league,
WNBA.
high school.
Yeah, some summer league.
Oh, WNBA for sure. That's professional. I was talking about not professional, like grade A
You watch
professional.
G League?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Name me 3 G League teams.
Jordan
Interesting.
Walsh.
All right. No.
Oh.
G League teams. Name me some teams.
Oh, well, you got the team in Mexico City.
Greensboro
Let's-
Swarm.
You got the Greensboro Swarm.
Together.
So you know your home team. That's nice. All right. Interesting. All right.
That's funny.
Funny.
That's funny. I'm gonna
Let's
get
get
your
into
ass back.
some.
I say
Let's get into some coordinators real quick. Some stuff have happened since we last
Sure.
had our little chit chat.
Show ahead.
I know the Bills side, they got Bobby Babbage to get promoted up, and then obviously we had Joe Brady in there. Apparently, Bobby Babbage is a coach's son. His father coached.
That's a great.
It's not BABICH.
Yeah. So
can't wing it
I
up.
learned that. Well, like I knew of him as position coach, but
Someone's gonna say, "Excuse me."
You sound like Noah Knipper. That's what
What
it sounds like. That's same ilk of name. Same ilk of name.
So, but
Lord.
yeah, so we have so that's going on with the Bills. But what's more interesting to me is what's going on, like I said, with Rex Ryan getting the interview. To me, I'm not looking at the Cowboys sideways as long as he is keeping up to date and he's done his due diligence as being a coordinator in this league.
The man has not coached in the league in 8 years.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
It means
Game's changed.
fresh ideas.
Fresh ideas? Sure.
Clear.
I wonder how fresh those ideas would be if hypothetically, it's week 1 and he takes the field as DC and his first game is against Patrick Mahomes. Oh, man.
I ain't seen this before.
Well, if he gets lit up by Patrick Mahomes.
And then the next week,
what's new?
and then the next week he's got Lamar. Oh, wow. Holy crap.
No, they wouldn't do that.
And
They wouldn't do that.
And then a few weeks later,
The NFL don't do
he's
this.
got to deal with Josh. It's one, but I'm saying basically what I'm saying is that there's so much talent in the league right now that he's not accustomed to seeing.
The first week he gonna get Daniel Jones. Don't worry about it. He'll be
He'll be all right.
He might get Caleb.
You might get Caleb.
I mean, honestly,
He'll still be all right.
Commander
Yeah,
Caleb.
he'll
I
still
can
be-
see the bars already. The graphics don't go crazy. The alliteration is right there.
For the Bears.
Beautiful.
I mean,
But yeah, no, that's
Sure, y'all gonna get you back.
that's my small little thing as far as coordinators are going as they look for their new DC. Just the Rex Ryan thing, that piece is interesting, and also Bieniemy being out of a job. Y'all saying y'all not bringing him back.
Man,
That's also a piece that I wasn't expecting.
So there was a report that he could be headed back to Kansas City.
That makes more sense.
It's
I didn't
not.
hear that.
It's not for certain as of yet. There's nothing in stone.
Is
But
Seattle locked up? They got
Seattle just interviewed Chip.
So Seattle's not locked up. So
There is not locked up, but he hasn't had an interview.
There, he can go there.
And he's actually talked with the team,
Yeah,
with the Chiefs.
he was with them at the AFC Championship game, right?
Yeah.
The Commanders gave him permission to go and be with the team. He spoke with the team.
And they
before
said
the
that they were chills when he spoke to the team, and that's
You know,
prompted them to
hearing
win
that,
game.
I'm looking at like, wow, the Commanders are like, bruh, we go ahead, do whatever.
Even though they still had him on the website listed as OC.
Right. But
y'all ain't
So
Get your franchise together.
oh, okay. First of all,
New
Let me-
man with the same result.
let's start here.
hand
Speaking of same results, this is what our offense did this year compared to last year. Since y'all want to talk about
is not.
what we're doing and not doing, and we
It's not that. It's not that far off. We saw the numbers.
that we scored 0.5 more points per game.
Half a point, guys.
We had less
He's
yards
saying
per
this-
game.
He's saying this. You're trying to discredit the enemy. Is that what we're doing?
I'm saying if we're looking at it full picture in terms of the impact of Eric Bieniemy, you're not going to see it with these numbers. You're not going to see it in points per game. You didn't see it in wins. Didn't see it in turnovers.
That's fair.
Which again,
I mean,
if that's on having a young quarterback who hadn't started before,
And no
you can
run
say that.
game.
And
That's
no
fair.
run game, I understand that.
That's fair.
We also, you love running the football. You speak on running and being the foundation all the time. Sam Howell can't be throwing 50
works.
balls. He can throw
I mean,
45
yeah,
passes a
but I
game.
feel like they just
Oh.
didn't respect your run game. Like I feel like he looked at your run game, who y'all had, and they was just like, we can't run the ball. So he just kept
Well,
passing.
did he do that, or given the fact that he's coming from Kansas City, where they didn't really run the ball that much? as well?
No. Because
Is it already? Is it?
they ran the
But I-
ball more in Kansas
But it's
City.
but
than they
what
did
what
in
I was going to say was it already ingrained in him that it's going to be pass heavy?
But he's
Was
a
that-
former running backs coach. He liked to run the football.
Yeah, but he also coached Patrick Mahomes for.
And this ain't Pat Mahomes.
Listen, that's what I'm saying.
Like-
We look at coaches and his ability to switch teams. He wanted to separate himself from the Andy Reid. Oh, this is his offense, his foundation, all of that. He knew what he was stepping into. He understood
Absolutely.
the personnel he had. He had
Absolutely.
every opportunity to make changes, to try new things, to make
Yeah,
things shape.
yeah.
And granted, to his credit, when Jacoby Brissett stepped in, when Sam Howell got benched, Jacoby Brissett made the plays, came back in the game, almost won us some games that we didn't need to win.
The Jets game, right?
Shout out to y'all for at least looking solid.
I think it was
The
the Jets.
yeah.
The Jets game, right?
The Jets game, and I forgot the.
That's how you know stuff is there. They just got to make the plays.
It's
gotta
not-
execute.
Sure, they gotta execute.
So I
But-
think that Eric Bieniemy is good.
Yeah, he's good.
I think y'all just suck.
Oh wow!
We gonna see.
Oh wow!
I mean,
Okay.
no, we gonna see. We saw.
We gonna see. No.
I mean,
We
yeah,
we
Like,
saw.
Let's
the
say
season's over. Like,
Again,
Let me see
Are
it.
you
So-
okay? Are you still upset?
No, what?
That sounded kind of harsh, man. I'm not even a Commanders fan, and I was like, I'm holding my.
appreciate your
I'm
opinion.
holding my.
Picking the draft. If he's as good as you say, how come he didn't impact us winning?
That's how bad you suck.
So okay,
Hold on. To be fair, not every coach can just turn a whole franchise
Good
around.
Lord,
what?
Also,
you guys don't suck. You're just not good.
also, please
Thank you.
remember,
I-
he's the
thank you.
OC. You don't hear OCs turning around an entire franchise. Yes, you hear an OC,
Which
turning
makes
around
me
an entire
which
Again.
makes me wonder why go through this anyway. Why did Kansas City let him go through this? If this was if the emphasis or the motive was for him to be an OC with another team to spruce up that team however way he can, why not just give him the play sheet when you were in Kansas City? Because I feel the results probably would have led to more of a job opening if he would have, hypothetically, if he would have called full time for the Chiefs this year and they had a successful year compared to calling for the Commanders. The fact that you call plays full time for Patrick Mahomes in that offense and they were top 10 or whatever, like I felt like that would have gotten him a job way quicker than the Commanders.
Another thing is Sam Howell got worse throughout the year.
He absolutely
Where
did.
can we measure Eric Bieniemy's impact? Even if we suck, there should be something we could be like, okay, Eric Bieniemy did this for the Commanders. If he's as good of an OC as you say, what can we speak
I
to?
mean, did he get worse just because of the pressure that he was getting?
I think
He was
it's,
pressured all year.
it's a number of factors.
No.
It's a number. It's a number.
You keep.
It's a number of things.
It gets to a point where in your mind it's like, oh, I have enough time for this.
You're seeing
I can't-
ghosts.
Yeah, and
Just
when
like-
you start seeing ghosts,
Just like Darnold in New York with the
Mhm.
Jets that
But
last
again,
year.
who did we blame? We blamed Adam Gase. We didn't blame Sam Darnold. We were like, okay, Sam Darnold go to Carolina, maybe has a new situation.
But we found out that it's not. It was just
we found
Sam
out.
Darnold.
Yes, but y'all are blaming Sam Howell, not blaming EB.
No, because I already know Sam. I don't need to wait.
Like, but we've seen what EB can do with the Chiefs.
Right. But at the same time, when you look, we talk about seeing ghosts and things, you can make changes. You can have quick passes. You can make the offense easier. You know what I'm saying? For Sam Howell.
That all depends on your talent.
Correct.
I mean, building your playbook around the talent you have. So I have to build around the strengths of my quarterback and try and get rid of his weaknesses. But I also have to build around the strength of my offense and not their weaknesses. So if I don't have a run game, then I have to rely on my quarterback, right? But now if he's not somebody who can dissect fast, I can't do quick passes because you can't dissect the defense fast. So now you see what I'm saying? Like,
so you need EB to go to a mid team.
Huh?
You need EB to go to a mid team so you can see how he improves.
More competent quarterback.
What I think it was, I think that situation in Washington was way bigger than a lot of people thought. From Washington's standpoint, from the enemy standpoint, and anybody else's. I think he looked at that team and said, you know what? There's some pieces. I can work with it. I don't think he walked into that situation knowing how bad that O-line really was.
Yeah.
And how that cramped everything. I don't know if he really understood how much development Sam Howell really needs. I think he just saw what he saw from afar and say, I can work with that.
But at the same time, like the offensive line, you could watch the film from last year. You could see some of the cracks. But Sam Howell was a 5th round pick.
Also, I think with coaches, I feel like when you're a really good coach, you feel like I can turn any situation. And he probably thought I can come in and make it way better.
Yep.
But it just didn't work out.
Pretty much. That's
fair. All right. Let's get into the nitty gritty. Get into why the people are here.
Oh, we're just gonna skip over the. Never mind. Don't worry about it. It's all good. It's all good.
And then he took over.
Waste the 5 minutes.
You started this, but not me.
Meanwhile, one team just hired the first black coach in team history. I feel like that should definitely be recognized. It's Black History Month.
I'm sorry.
You know why we did discuss that last week.
I didn't know.
No, discuss him as a coach, but not that. Not him being the first black in Falcons history.
Let him know. What does that mean to you, sir?
It's great.
What does that mean to y'all?
Like, I mean, to happen for it to happen in the month of February, it gives it a little bit more.
Yeah, he's good for the culture. He's been there before. He knows what it's all about. He knows the ownership. He knows how we want to do things, how he wants to do things. He's been to the playoffs before. He's kind of had that stretch where it's like, hey, as a young head coach, he failed a little bit, came back, and now he's been through the ringer a little bit, first time through. Now he's like, all right, I know what I did wrong, what I did good. Gonna package that in, and we feel like he can come in and be a head coach for a decade plus. That's what we're hoping for.
I hope for y'all too. That'd be nice.
Look, I'll shout out to Raheem. You got anything?
Man, I'm good. Radio Raheem, let's get it done.
Right. Gritty.
Is that what we're
all here for?
Yeah.
Showtime.
Your coach got a nickname?
Super Bowl.
We didn't even talk about that.
All right. So showtime. You're here for the thing.
You really just set yourself up to get slandered, but I'm not going to go there.
I'm just saying. He's bringing those vibes over to DC now.
Oh, 28-3 vibes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, the game. Yeah.
Say it.
Sorry.
Chiefs.
Patrick Mahomes, who's
that? 4? Is it 4 now?
4 out of 5?
Four Super Bowls.
Going against
that's kind of crazy.
a team that they've already beaten on the other side, but not a quarterback that they've beaten.
4 and 5 years.
In Brock Purdy and the 49ers. Last time they faced each other was Brock Purdy's first game.
Yeah.
So
last season, his first game.
That was your moment. He said he gave you the alley.
Next time. You'll have more moments. It's all good.
So, I mean, we can go in whatever direction you guys want to go in. There's no rhyme or reason. We'll save our picks for at the end, but we can talk about any piece that you guys want.
Man, I'll start it off. I gotta give credit to Kansas City. I was on them all year. Cordell and I were pretty much looking at them as if they were going to take a step back this year. And for the most part, they did. going through the entire regular season, they had issues left and right that we've never really seen, from drop passes to injuries to inconsistent play,
uncharacteristic turnovers from Patrick Mahomes.
right, just weird games that they're losing. Going on the road and losing to Green Bay and things of that nature, losing at home to a Raiders team that didn't score an offensive touchdown. Like, that's like ugly stuff like that. But I got to give them credit, because when the postseason hit, they flipped the switch, and they have looked like a completely different team the entire postseason, to the point where, man, it's hard envisioning them not winning on Sunday. It really is, because this is not the team that we saw during the regular season. It's a completely different Chiefs team. They got their swaggers back.
I guess
You know what I'm saying? They got a little chip on their shoulder, because they're playing the villain role now. Most teams, when you try to build these little dynasties or whatever, at some point, probably about the third Super Bowl for the Patriots, we were like, all right, I'm tired of it. Like, that's enough.
Yeah.
So it's kind of sort of getting to that point now for the Chiefs, but they're playing it, and I gotta give them credit, man. They're back in the Super Bowl, despite what was the most confusing regular season I've seen from them in a while.
Since the Alex Smith years.
Yes. Yeah.
I feel as though, in terms of giving your credit to the Chiefs, the pace of play and how you need to play in the playoffs, what we saw with them last week against the Ravens, the time of possession difference was crazy. It was different. I think they saw what y'all did versus them when they almost lost. Y'all had the ball a lot of the time against them.
Yes.
And it felt like it was right there. I don't want to get you started though. This game for me it's going to come down to that. Who's in control? The 49ers have that bell cow, the best running back in football, in my opinion, and Christian McCaffrey, and feeding him the rock has been the best engine of said bus that one could have. If Purdy is driving said bus, the best engine one could have for this bus. But having 15 and Patrick Mahomes and being able to use Pacheco in his aggressive running style and using the pass to set up good situational football, be able to matriculate up the field, is going to come down to who can do and run their style of offense better.
Yeah. The one thing I think, it's like Robinson saying that, like, the Chiefs should be, he can't see the Chiefs not winning, but it's like the 49ers should be the favorites in this game, because all season long we've said how complete their team was, how great their team has played for the totality of the season. And it's like, now that the playoffs has come, it's like, dang, but them Chiefs. But I'm like, no, like, the 49ers should be the favorites. We have lauded them all season with all the pieces they have. Oh man, Brock Purdy's playing at an MVP level. They got McCaffrey. They have Samuel. They have Ayuk. They have Trent Williams. They have all these guys that are Pro Bowl and All Pro players, and it's like, man, they got it.
I mean, technically, they are the favorites.
But the way people have been talking about it on TV,
it doesn't feel like
they're like,
it doesn't feel
man, like Mahomes.
It doesn't feel like they're,
because
you bet against 15?
People have come to a fact that, man, like, they might have the better team, but the Chiefs got Mahomes, and with Mahomes, like, I'm not going to cast doubt on Mahomes at this point after what we've seen in the playoffs of him going basically on the road the whole time except for the first game, and winning on the road, something that we've never seen him
doing what we thought he couldn't do,
because he's never had
to do it, right?
And now it's just like people's mindsets have changed. That, man, like, they got this team over here, and that's cool, but they got Mahomes, so like, hey, we betting on that.
Well, let's look at it. All right, whose weapons would you prefer?
49ers.
Okay. Who's O-line?
49ers.
O-line, Chiefs.
It depends on if Thuney's playing. If Joe Thuney's playing, then I'm taking the Chiefs line.
49ers.
But he probably
you just taking Trent?
Right.
It's just Trent. Okay.
Trent better than everybody on Kansas City.
The Chiefs have
the interior
in 3 Pro Bowls.
So you gotta take that to calculate.
But left and right tackle are serious questions.
You take left guard down, but you ain't taking none of them over the Chiefs.
I mean, that's debatable. That's debatable. But
so offensively, quarterback and O-line for Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
and 49ers just have the weapons.
Skill position, yes.
Skill positions.
And then
I
if you
agree
want to
with
talk
Okay.
about,
defense.
Defense-wise, D-line, who you taking?
San Fran. I know they've been inconsistent. I know they've been
Let's
inconsistent.
probably take San Fran.
The pieces are there.
The pieces are there.
Yeah.
I know they've been inconsistent as
Like,
hell.
If you talk
But-
about the totality of a season, I'm taking San Fran.
Yeah,
If
I'm
we're
taking-
no.
or just skill set.
Well, you were set to take San Fran because Mayhew or whatever.
Omenihu?
He's out for the season, so
He's a former 49er as well.
So he's out for the season. I'll take the 49ers.
So you're taking 49ers D-line. Who you taking?
I think Chris Jones has the best matchup of said
That's fair.
lines. I feel
That's
like
fair.
he being in the middle too, I'll take Chris Jones. I can take that one D lineman compared to your one little tackle. I'm gonna take the Chiefs.
That's fair.
So you're taking Chiefs D-line.
Based on matchup.
That's fair.
I think
you better not line him up with a
I'm
Trent.
about to say they gotta
Better lie him away from Trent.
Armstead, Bosa,
He not worried.
Chase.
Okay. I'm just saying.
He not worried.
Okay, so let's say we're talking D-line versus the run. Who's D-line you taking?
Chiefs.
Chiefs.
So
I'm about to say the Chiefs. The Chiefs have been
So
consistent.
you're taking the D-line pending on is it run or pass is what's happening right now.
I'm taking the D line based on the fact that I know they've been inconsistent, but if there's one D line in this game that truly has the potential to turn the switch on and literally dictate the entire game, it's San Francisco's.
I think
because of the talent.
I take San
Wider
Francisco,
spectrum.
but here's
Chiefs
the
got a
thing.
higher floor.
Here's the thing
That's
about San Francisco, and this is kind of the thing that what Brady was so good at, and I feel like what Mahomes has gotten better at as the season has gone on, especially in the playoffs. We have talked about how the Chiefs tackles have not been good at holding guys up.
Correct.
But the one thing that Mahomes has done, because the inside is so solid, being able to step up in the pocket and maneuver around and let
create
the
running
outside
lanes.
let the outside pressure do what they do. But as long as you stepping up and running inside the pocket and being able to maneuver the way that he has been, that outside pressure hasn't been able to do as much as what we would expect with the tackles that they have, which is why I think that would be the 49ers' Achilles heel in this game would be that, okay, this outside pressure can't do anything. What does the inside do?
Yeah.
And, I mean, yeah, like Armstead is cool, and I don't even know who their other tackle is, but, like, Javon Hargrave. Like, can they get that pressure?
Kinlaw rotating.
Yeah. So can they get that pressure?
I feel like, to Brock Purdy's credit,
Mhm.
his poise, he's been really good. I was just talking about D-line. I'm getting there.
Okay.
I'm getting there. In terms of pressure that's been created, he's done well at responding to pressure, being able to escape. We've seen a couple highlight plays that he had where he got out the pocket and found open receivers. Even just in general, QBR-wise, I think he's somewhere in the top 5 when it comes to being pressured and still being able to complete and make passes right up there.
Number 1.
Oh, wow. Right up there with Patrick Mahomes. So I think both quarterbacks are equipped to handle said pressure.
Just pointing this out. So against the Bills, Chiefs didn't give up any sacks, and against the Ravens,
they
gave up
1.
2 sacks against the Ravens.
To me,
they've been holding strong in the playoffs.
I must say,
Purdy was sacked all the time.
I get the number. I get the number of talented faces on offense for both teams, but to me, the biggest X factor in the game is the 49ers D line because of where they can go in terms of potential, how much talent is there. Like this is truly a D line that if they really put it all together, like man, they can win a game by themselves.
Their only fault is they haven't done it.
They haven't done
most of the season.
They haven't done it for most of the year,
and especially in the playoffs.
Right.
Where it's like,
right.
They ain't getting.
But we know in the back of our mind, we still know that they have the talent to do so. They wanted to, and I think that they're the biggest X factor in this game. If they're not able to get to Mahomes, if they're not able to get him uncomfortable, if they're not able to truly make life difficult for Isaiah Pacheco, the Niners are in trouble.
Yeah.
So linebackers.
Niners.
Mm-hmm.
But the Chiefs have good ones, but Niners.
And the speed is there. They can cover, but
secondary.
Chiefs. Not even like me, Chiefs, man, without a doubt.
Is this fully healthy secondary? Because Hufanga's not there.
Yeah, he hasn't been there all season. So
we're just
he's not the what they got.
It's what they have now. Okay.
Turn it on.
The Chiefs. Because to me, they look like a completely different secondary when Hufunka's in there.
Well,
But he just hasn't been awesome.
He hasn't been there.
You chose the 49ers D line. You chose 49ers D line.
I chose Chris Jones.
Okay, so you chose the Chiefs.
This
Yes.
Negro.
But then you all chose the 49ers linebackers.
Yes.
And you all chose
The Chiefs secondary.
Yeah.
But the Chiefs defense in general is better than
They're playing better football right now than the Niners.
So no,
the
just saying,
Chiefs-
like in the totality of the season, they are better than the Niners.
the
but
gap
it's not
between
by much.
So
the
everything
secondary is bigger than I think it is between
it
linebackers.
seems like this is a pretty evenly matched team.
Yes.
See,
No, it is. It is. It is even. It is evenly matched.
Because when you look at it,
That's why the spread is only 2 points.
because when you look at it, you're like, okay, the 49ers, when it comes to defense, like their defense is a little bit worse than the Chiefs. They're both top 5, right? But when you look at offensively, you say, okay, one team has Pat Mahomes and a good offensive line,
right.
but their weapons aren't as good, right? So, and you look at the totality of the season, their offense was middle of the pack, where the 49ers was top 5. So
why are we looking at the whole season though? Why not we just looking at the postseason?
Because you have to look at the whole body of work.
You don't.
If you just look at the
You
postseason,
don't.
the Chiefs have to be the favorites. But that's not the case.
No, because
again,
you're looking at the whole body of work.
But people
don't look at the whole body of work.
Yes, you do.
With Nick Foles, we look at Nick Foles' whole body of work when he went to win the Super Bowl. No.
What is the likelihood that happens in his Super Bowl history? You're talking about an anomaly.
We can go year by year and look at how teams perform in the playoffs versus how they did in the regular season.
Lamar,
for example, MVP Lamar.
Nobody,
but they don't make it to the Super Bowl.
Let him go. He got to.
Nobody cares about how you looked at the beginning of the season.
That's
what, like, when you're saying the whole season, people are like,
because it
what are you
the whole thing?
But if that's the case, then we shouldn't be looking at the Chiefs as comfortable as we are looking at them now. Because in the entire season, they haven't looked great. But if you separate the regular season from the postseason, it's a completely different team. So I understand
So that's the case that we have to be looking at this 49ers defense like their food. Because they were
I'm not. Didn't the Lions put up 30 plus on them last week?
I literally just said that their D line is going to dictate the play of the entire game.
They assume they're not going to play well.
Well, I guess they're not going to play well.
Season.
Well, I mean, that's pretty much what we put up.
We got to assume Brock Purdy's not going to play well because he hasn't played well.
Are you going to assume that the Chiefs are going to start dropping passes again then? Since they did it in the regular season and not
I think it's a possibility, yes. Like, I have to believe that because it's happened before.
I mean, you can say that it's
right.
It
didn't happen.
That into perspective when I'm talking about this team because I can say that, okay, but I have seen that before. And even in the Dolphins game, it happened a little bit too. They just won that game dominantly because they were just a better team.
It was also
games that we've seen their wide receivers and tight ends be as good as they have.
I think it's fair to say, Marcus, that these are two teams at this point in the season you can truly separate the regular season from the postseason from what we've seen from these teams in certain groups. I can look at the Chiefs wide receiving core right now. The bigger picture shows me the regular season, not just 3 games. But I'm looking at it and saying they played bad there, they played well here. Let's see what they do in the Super Bowl. But it's the same thing with the Niners defense.
To say they played bad
before the Niners had that 3-game losing streak where everybody was hurt. That was the best defense in football the first month of the season. And when they made the Chase Young trade, that game against the Jaguars,
we thought it was over.
Oh my God, you thought the Super Bowl was won at that point.
And so the game totality because right now 49ers are the best team.
Okay, if I'm taking it into totality, then this Chiefs offense is going to disappoint me. Then because the regular season has shown me that they could.
Yes, and I believe that.
But it's a difference.
What percentage of us could?
It's a difference between saying they could and they will.
Sorry, this Super Bowl performance right here. All right,
this was one of them ones.
So when you say they could, Like I need to
No, I
know
think it's
what is
50-50.
you think it's a 50% chance that
Wow.
they fall back into old bad
50-50.
Yes.
Based on what?
Bro, when you base it off of the totality of the season, why wouldn't you?
The Giants, both the Super Bowls they won, weren't they the 6th seed?
Yes.
They came into
They
the
were.
playoffs as someone who was not a threat, and they switched their D-line, came dominant.
But
Eli
what
made the
happened?
play.
What happened leading up into the playoffs? They went on a winning streak, and they were hot. So you have to put that into account. That okay, in the regular season, they were a hot team coming into the playoffs
You
in
say
terms of winning.
totality, though.
Yes,
Recently. That's what you just talked about. When you're hot, you're talking about recent. That's what we're talking about.
Alright,
You're
so
not
the
measuring
Chiefs-
a team
the
based
Chiefs-
on how they hooped in
The
week
Chiefs
8.
coming into the playoffs won 3 out of their last 4.
Oh yeah, they had to win games.
they had to.
Right? So they came in a little warmed up.
That Raiders.
Call it hot.
Yeah,
They
they were
warmed
fine. They were fine because the team that they lost to was the Bills in that
Didn't
stretch, right?
didn't the
Raiders.
Niners,
The
the
Raiders.
Raiders,
The
that
Raiders,
home game on Christmas Day? Yeah. Didn't the Niners? Didn't they win?
The Niners lost their last.
They
game,
lost their
but
last
they
game,
didn't
but
play their
did they?
game.
Yeah. Didn't they win 4 out of 5 or something like that to close the year or something of that nature?
Yeah,
Close to it.
They did. Wow.
I think their last loss was against the Bengals.
No, they lost to. No, they didn't. They didn't play their starters against the Rams, right?
Yeah,
No.
I'm saying
They didn't.
I think the Bengals was their last.
No, the Ravens.
The Ravens, the
Ravens,
beat
yeah.
down
Yeah.
on Christmas Day also.
Before that, they had 1, 2,
So
3.
both of these teams got punched in the mouth on Christmas Day. That's crazy.
7. So they won
Before
7.
that.
I thought that was the primetime game.
Okay, so
Yeah, because that was our game. Buck and Aikman did
the totality of the season is the reason why the 49ers are the favorite. Because if you just wanted to talk about the playoffs, the Chiefs would be the favorites on the betting odds because they're like, oh, they're playing the best right now than the two teams. But because of the totality of the season, people take that into account. That's why the betting odds are the 49ers are the favorite. And they should be.
Were the Chiefs the favorite in the last game?
No, they weren't the favorites against the
Were they
Ravens.
the favorites against the Bills?
No.
I don't know about that.
It was no. It was Bills by 3,
Yeah.
which essentially is a pick-em because if it was switched the other way, or
Well,
if they were
this game is a pick 'em
away,
because it's only a
it was a
2-point.
pick-em. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think
margin.
this is. I think that's why I said I think they're
Pretty
evenly
even.
matched. I
No,
don't think
no.
that
Someone else who thinks otherwise.
Bro, if they're a 2.5 favorite and it's a neutral site game, that means they're just a clear favorite. They're just
technically because if they were home,
yeah,
they
then
would be like 5-point favorite.
I thought it was 1.5.
3 plus 1.
they would be a 5.5 because it'll be
Yeah,
it'll
so
be a
you already
plus
3
3
for being home.
Right.
Yes.
So
that's what I'm saying. If it's a
Doesn't
neutral site,
But doesn't the 5.5 still seem like it's fairly even?
bro, this is NFL. Like
It's one
you're just
score.
a favorite.
It's less than a score.
You know,
But
5.5 points is a clear
But
favorite.
in the NFL, like that's just where the bar is.
That's a clear. That like 5.5 is a clear favorite.
Yeah.
But who are you saying should be the favorite?
49ers.
You're saying the 49ers should be favorite, and they're better.
based off
they
of their
are the
body
favorites.
work, and they are the better team.
They are the favorites.
That's what I'm saying. That
is what I'm saying.
I think that it's even.
I think they're the more.
Season,
I think
I don't think they are.
I think they're the more.
How could you say?
I think they're the more.
All season been the team to beat. Other than the Ravens, they have been the clear-cut team to beat that we've said all season. And in 2 games, you're like, okay, not anymore.
I think the Niners.
It's completely different. We don't measure regular season and postseason the same.
Measuring it all.
No, you don't.
No, you
because
can't.
Anthony, for example, was
can't.
fantastic in the regular
In this
season.
situation,
And in
you
the
can't.
playoffs, what happened?
You
He
can't.
folded a lot, right?
You
We
can't.
look at James Harden in other sport. He got MVPs. He's no
But
folding.
you're
And
not-
we
you're not-
measure.
I'm measuring the regular season and the playoffs, not just the playoffs.
No, that's
What's
the point.
What's more important?
But you have to separate the two.
The playoffs
because
the
playoffs are more important, but you have to separate the two entities because the Chiefs. This is not the team that we saw in the regular. It's a completely different team. You have to separate.
But
the
we're
two.
making it seem like this team has been like a dominant force. They've been good.
They're playing the best football of anybody in the postseason up to this point. Even the team that they're getting ready to play on Sunday.
Yes, I agree. I agree.
So that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Two games.
And not only if we're winning,
Because you came down.
That's
That's one's going like this, and the other was coming like this. So eventually,
that was exactly what I was about to say.
just
But when you,
It's still 50.
but when you go and look at the totality of the team, the 49ers are the better team.
They're the more talented team.
They're more talented,
but they're not playing a better football right now.
We said the same
Plain
thing
and
about
simple.
the Eagles, and then they just folded a little
Plain
early.
and simple.
You're saying they're more talented, really, just based off of skill position.
It's not.
Because you can't be saying it off of defense.
They have the better.
I think they do have more. The
defense
49ers have more talent on defense. But Spags,
gap.
they're more talented.
What
They're
is the
playing
gap?
better football
The
right
gap, the gap, the defensive gap between them and the Chiefs is not that high. But the gap in the offense between the 49ers and the Chiefs
Is not that
is
high.
No, the Chiefs have scored. The Chiefs have. I think they probably average like 24 a game.
Okay.
The 49ers are averaging like 30.
Okay.
The gap is wide.
It's one scoring.
Okay. So
one score is a lot in the NFL. When we talking about betting odds,
when
we're talking about betting
when 15 is on the field. I'm not feeling comfortable if I'm up one score against 15. I'm just.
And
I mean, yeah, because he comes back.
I'm not comfortable with that.
But all I'm saying is that they should be the favorites, which they are, and we should treat them as such. That's all I'm saying.
Does Brock Purdy feel like he's the favorite?
I'm probably sure. Pretty sure he does. Pretty sure he does.
To your point though,
Why
the
would
Chiefs
he?
the Chiefs didn't score any points in the second half in their last game, so they are capable of being shut down. To your point.
Well, they scored 17, 26, and 27.
That ain't the first time that happened this year, too.
Granted.
But they've been shut down the entire second half. Didn't score a point.
It was very frigid in the 26-point game. The Bills.
Well, I guess they did what they needed to do, which is fine. And they deserve to be in the Super Bowl. All I'm saying is the 49ers, to me, I'm like, and like I said, I look at their whole body of work.
Did they score a field goal?
They should. No, they didn't. It was 17-7 at half. And then they just, that was that. But for me, looking at their whole body of work, I'm like, even though they had to come back in the last two playoff games, they still did it.
They did it. And
they did something that they never done under Kyle Shanahan, being able to come back by a touchdown and win in the fourth quarter.
I know it's a sensitive subject.
The other team did something that we never seen them do under Patrick Mahomes, and that's go on the road against the 1 and the 2 seed and beat them.
Yeah, I mean that's true. We never seen it because they never had to do it.
Oof. To me,
we've seen the 49ers not do it.
To me,
and then actually do it.
That's a little profound for a Chiefs team. You went on the road against the 1 and the 2 seed. And beat them both.
I didn't think it was that deep because I thought that they could do it the whole time. Like I was never concerned.
I didn't expect it. I didn't expect it. I expected in that Bills game that they were just going to get it. It was going to be too much.
That when we talked about it, I said that I picked the Bills because I was like, this is their best time to beat the Chiefs in the playoffs. I said I wouldn't be surprised if Mahomes does Mahomes things and they win, but this is the best time for the Bills to beat the Chiefs in the playoffs up to this point. And that didn't happen. And then I thought the Ravens, I'm like, this is their best time. And they ended up not doing it. So it's like, regardless, those teams, it was their best opportunity because that's the first time they had to play Mahomes at home in a playoff. And it's like, obviously it didn't work out.
Since you bring up Shanahan, do you think this win would be more important for Shanahan or for Andy Reid?
Shanahan.
Okay, I was Shanahan. I just wanted to
like somebody that hasn't had a Super Bowl before. It would be more important for the guy who did.
If Andy Reid walks away tomorrow, he's a Hall of Fame coach. Like nothing changes.
Yeah, nothing changes. But for Shanahan, you get a Super Bowl and add Super Bowl winning coach to your resume.
Yeah.
How many more wins does Andy Reid need Super Bowl wise or playoff wise for him to change what his legacy is?
It's already been changed.
4.
No, it's already been changed. He went from a guy who couldn't win the Super Bowl.
You need the match to no. He said, pick up what he said. He said to change his legacy. His legacy is already set at this point to me. But to change it, you need to tie Bill.
No. His legacy was he was a great coach that couldn't win a Super Bowl. His legacy changed when he won that Super Bowl.
Yes,
but he's talking about changing the legacy.
He's saying changing it again.
Yeah, we leveling up.
Like you're saying,
Yes.
he's changing it from what he's now already changed.
He can retire. He can
compete with Bill.
He can retire. He can retire. He can retire tomorrow.
Compete with Bills if you won 5.
I said 6. I say he needs to win 4 more.
You know, Kyle. Yeah,
He needs to get to 6 to change his leg. If he wakes up tomorrow and says, "I don't want to coach in the game on Sunday. I'm retiring," his legacy is set. It's already in stone.
Yes.
But to change it even more,
he would have
to tie Bill. Now, if he ties Bill,
I don't think it's a tie Bill.
No, he's got to tie Bill.
What to me, it's like to change it right now even more would just say that he's in the conversation.
So what? So 5 Super Bowl championships for Andy Reid. What's the legacy?
That he's on the Mount Rushmore of coaches.
Yeah,
but that doesn't mean he's over Bill. Like I think that narrative changes as being a great coach to on the Mount Rushmore coaches. Because we've got to say that there's guys in the NFL coaches wise that won 4. So for him to say that like that would change the narrative of
even then.
Yeah,
hold on. But even then, his legacy has changed, isn't it?
No, but what
because you don't consider him a Mount Rushmore of coaches right now.
Yes, but I'm saying he doesn't need to tie Bill for that. To be on the Mount Rushmore, you don't need 6.
So this is interesting because I'm like, if
the Patriots fan said 7 over 5, but does Bill have 7 or 6?
Bill has 6. Yeah, because he was a defensive player.
Yes,
but that you can say that coach Andy, because Andy Reid won one with Mike Holmgren
with Green Bay
in Green Bay, so it's like we don't count that.
Okay, that's fair. I'm trying to think of what my mouth
about what you did as
a
This is tough for me because I'm like
season tough
without having the best quarterback in the league. I've seen what Andy's done, and without having the best quarterback in the league, I've seen what Bill has done.
Yeah.
Here he goes.
But that's why
take Andy.
He's about to throw jabs. At least Andy won 11 and 12 games without Mahomes. He's done it before.
So
you can't do nothing.
He whatever possibility he has,
he gonna take that shot.
I
think we just lost.
To take a dump on anybody in the AFC East, he's gonna take it. It don't matter. It don't matter the conversation.
Just saying. That's all I'm saying.
Like,
I think about that piece of it because I'm like, man, it stinks that we're sitting here and we're like, well, because he has all these rings. I was like, yeah, but Andy got all these rings because he's with Mahomes. But then I'm like, wait, but Andy was still competing as a Super Bowl contender without Mahomes.
Without Mahomes.
In Kansas City?
No.
Oh,
well, even
two Super Bowl
contender.
He did
because they went to the divisional at the least.
I think 2 NFC championship games.
No, but still
not with Alex Smith.
Yeah.
I never.
The Eagles.
Oh, in the early 2000s, were they running like that?
They made it. Remember, they had the 4 consecutive.
Four
consecutive NFC title games, and it took them the 4th one to finally get to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for you.
On that field goal to lose to Tom Brady.
Who's lost?
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Eagles Falcons. I'm sorry.
No, Eagles with T.O., fool.
Well, no, they did the Falcons from the NFC championship.
That was the championship game.
Yeah, they did beat the Falcons from the NFC championship. He was right.
You were.
He was right.
I was just condoling.
Yeah, I do. I wasn't a Falcons fan.
We did. That's what I'm talking about.
I was a Falcons fan at that time.
I wasn't a
Falcons fan. Falcons fan.
Hey, what's with culture?
Well, Bills over here, and I had the Falcons over here. I was like, yeah, bro. We are here.
Georgia too. It wasn't like that before. I know, but I'm saying you still tap back in.
At this point, I didn't understand rivalries too deep either, so I was also rocking with the Saints. Because
oh no!
Hey, it was really the black quarterbacks. He was trying to tap in.
We'll talk off camera. We'll talk off camera.
You was definitely wrong for that, but I get it.
Unbelievable. Let's move on. We'll talk off
What,
camera.
11?
We'll handle this off camera. Unbelievable.
So, but
Kyle Shanahan needs it more. Cool.
Yeah.
I agree.
Unbelievable.
that was funny.
Yo, I'm
Shoot. All right.
That was going to hurt
So,
him. Jump.
We got about 10 minutes left. So, real quick, are there any matchups that you guys are looking forward to, or a matchup? Well, you said the D line you feel like is the key. Is there a
they're
matchup
the
that
X factor, yeah.
you feel like there's a different matchup that's key?
For me, I think it's the secondary against these 49ers receivers and Christian McCaffrey. I feel like being able to shut down Debo going, his routes, in the middle of the field and on the jet sweeps. I think Trent McDuffie, that's going to be his job. And I think Snead on Ayuk is going to be big. I think that, Kittle on these linebackers, I think they'd rather take that than have any other person on Kittle because Kittle isn't as explosive as those other guys.
Right.
And with the Chiefs defense, how they've been is they're willing to let people try and dink and dunk down the field and make a whole drive of it rather than have the big plays.
To piggyback off that real quick, does Snead travel? He doesn't travel, does he? He might have to in this game.
Against the Eagles, he did travel with AJ.
He may have to travel this game because they put Debo in motion.
No, but I'm saying Debo's going to be with McDuffie. I think Debo and McDuffie
like that matchup
because you have more Debo in the slot. But I think McDuffie's going to be.
I don't think Debo is going to be everywhere.
Yeah, but I think McDuffie's going to be on Debo. I like
that matchup for Debo.
Really? All pro?
I think that it's a coaching matchup. I feel like between Kyle Shanahan and Andy Reid, it's going to be who calls a better game. Both coaches have had their come ups. Andy Reid has, of course, been successful now, but early in his career, he made mistakes with time management and his play calling in terms of how he set his team up to win in those big games. Kyle Shanahan has been known for folding in these moments. Whether sometimes it's been execution, Jimmy G had to throw, you know what I'm saying, set it up. George Kittle, even the play before was open too, right? So it's maybe not be all on Kyle Shanahan, but I feel like I'm looking forward to see how they're able to manage the game on the inside.
So I'm with Marcus. To me, it's the secondary. It's Snead and McDuffie and how they play this coverage. Because if they can handle things on their own, then the run game I think is shot. I think McCaffrey goes nowhere. If they don't need to have extra people out there in the secondary and they can just crowd that box, I'm like, you're done. If that's how it turns out to be. And I also think that it's a benefit to the Chiefs that they play the Dolphins. Because you have some sort of familiarity.
To an extent. I think what they're going to see they're faster, but what they're going to see a lot more of is the fact that you're going to see a lot more of McCaffrey out of the backfield. You didn't really see a ton of that with Mostert. So that kind of sort of just kept that under wraps a little bit. But I think Shanahan is going to throw everything out there. I think, again, you're going to see McCaffrey lined out wide in certain occasions. He's going to try to find the right matchup. And as good as this Chiefs defense has been playing, they are vulnerable in one-on-ones, in my opinion, in certain in particular matchups. I like Debo over McDuffie. I like McCaffrey on the boundary against Nick Bolton. I'll take that. So
I mean, to be fair, the Chiefs, other than against the Bills in that first matchup, the Chiefs have not let any running backs go crazy on them in a receiving.
Correct, but there's a difference between playing Gus Edwards and Christian McCaffrey.
No, well, they played Jahmyr Gibbs, Achane, Mostert, Eckler, Josh Jacobs, Breece Hall, and Travis Etienne. So they got a pretty good dose of.
None of those guys are Christian McCaffrey.
They don't have to be. They're close enough in terms of the receiving game.
No.
Okay.
No.
Say close enough is fair. Again, Christian McCaffrey the best running back in football.
Yes.
It's not a matchup.
It's not like he can't be bottled up.
Breece is nice.
So who are you taking?
Hold on. Before we do picks, I just want to throw these stats out there for y'all.
All right, come on, numbers guy.
His list of research information.
So Mahomes has not thrown an interception.
All right.
Since they lost to the Bengals in the AFC Championship 2 years ago. He's not throwing a playoff interception.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right. And he's only lost while not throwing an interception against 2018 against the Pats with Tom Brady.
Mm-hmm. And we know how that.
So if he doesn't throw an interception in this game, he undefeated. essentially.
Okay.
We also got Brock Purdy in his years as a starter. When he has 2+ turnovers, he is defeated. He's never won.
Because
He's winless.
So if he has 2 turnovers, he's never won a game.
All right. Do we have good Purdy? What's good Purdy stats?
Yes,
I mean,
please.
when Brock Purdy has 1 turnover or less,
Let's go.
he's only lost 1 game
Let's go.
In his career.
in the game that he's finished.
I see you,
He's
Brock.
only lost 1 game.
I see you, Brock.
The 49ers have had to come back from double digits in both of their playoff games.
Correct.
Mahomes' record in the playoffs with a double-digit lead is 11-1. Only loss is to the Bengals 2 years ago in the AFC Championship.
So it can be done. Is basically what you're saying. Gotcha.
Then also,
Wait.
11-1.
he's 11-1 when he has a double-digit lead in the playoffs.
Okay.
The only loss is to
the
Okay.
Bengals. And in terms of Mahomes against San Francisco, he is 3-0 in his career.
Mhm.
And he's never lost a turnover battle against San Francisco. And San Francisco has had more penalties in each of those games. So somehow, some way, they just unravel in those games against the Chiefs.
Okay.
And then also when it comes to special teams,
There's more.
Harrison Butker is
Come on, Himbo.
7 for 7 in the playoffs this year. Jake Moody is 3 for 5. In the regular season, out of the 5 losses that the 49ers had, Jake Moody missed a field goal in 3 of them. So,
all right.
Thanks.
Your distant cousin. Your distant white
Thanks,
cousin.
outspoken researcher.
So
Appreciate it.
just have that in your mind when you're making these picks.
Oh man, yeah, we're gonna remember all that.
Hey man.
Wow.
3. I got it like them. So 3. Deuce. Sorry.
No one calls him.
What
Hey.
It works for me. Shout out to Harrison.
Nobody
I
calls him.
I like it, and y'all can call me what you want.
Hey,
It's just an option.
picks.
Oh, that's what you coming for me from?
Yes.
I am picking the Chiefs. I like the stats that Marcus just gave. And I like the Chris Jones matchup on the interior. I feel like Brock Purdy's going to make some mistakes.
And do you have a score for me?
Oh, a score?
Oh,
I guess, yeah, for betting purposes. Let's go. Oh, Chiefs putting up a 30-piece? I think they're going to put up a 30-piece. Give me 31-23.
31-23.
31-20. 23. Yeah, 31-23. E-Raw. You going to do it?
I said earlier in the episode that it was hard envisioning the Chiefs not winning this game.
But the 49ers are favored.
But you know what?
Here you go.
I don't give a damn.
Oh.
I'm taking the Niners.
It's crazy the loyalty that you
Gone
showed
with
in.
this squad.
Brock, I see you. I see you, Brock. I see you. Let's go. You've been playing some. Brock Purdy has been playing some ball in the postseason. Now it's time to really hoop.
He got the
You got to hoop against 15 now. I'm taking the Niners. I think that defense wakes up. I think that D-line makes a couple plays. Mahomes is still going to be Mahomes at times, but I just think that Niners defense is going to make a couple plays here and there. And I'll take the Niners here 26-24.
Purdy can't play Mahomes' game. Not going to go tit for tat. It's not going to be on
26-24 ain't going for tit for tat.
That is going for tit for tat.
No, it's not.
It depends on how it
No.
goes. It depends.
No. If they put up 17 in the first half and get shut down and only score 1 touchdown in the second, they ain't going tit for tat.
The flow of the game.
Based on your score.
Both teams don't really do too much in the first half, and in the second half, it's because the Bills Chiefs divisional round 2021 that was a similar scoring type game, but it's tit for tat because that all happened
until the last minute.
Right,
the last minute and a half.
Yeah. So it really just depends on the flow if you can call it tit for tat. Well, where you go.
So it's gonna be a close game, but gonna come down to special teams on this one.
Special teams.
20-17, man.
Moody gonna miss.
Moody's gonna miss to tie the game.
All right.
And
Book it.
Chiefs are gonna bring it home 20-17. The pressure's gonna be too much, and they're gonna put him in that situation, and he ain't gonna make it. So 2017, I got the Chiefs.
Sky Moore is also activated this week for those who care.
Yay.
All right. Anyway, taking the Chiefs. Taking the Chiefs. I mean, I've said this from the beginning of the season. Whoever came out of the AFC was who I was choosing. It didn't matter. I just feel like whoever was coming out of the AFC was going to win it because I just felt like they would have been more battle tested because of the gauntlet of quarterbacks. This is obviously before we saw the injuries happen how they did.
It's still a gauntlet though. You got Tua, Josh, Lamar, the gauntlet.
I mean,
You got Josh and Lamar.
No, but it's
Wow.
Just said like 10 minutes ago. Just said 10 minutes ago.
like
Whatever opportunity arises, he's going to take it to whoever's in the
there's
AFC.
not
Like, man.
much more you could do to improve the gauntlet. It
Like,
doesn't really
come
get much
on.
better than that.
Come on. You got two
A
top
little
5 quarterbacks.
You
in a
throw
No, it
Burrow
does.
in there. instead of
No, it
Tua.
does get better. Yeah, you throw Burrow in there. That's a
play Burrow.
Hold on.
that could have been a possibility too, with the Ravens winning and the Bengals getting in as a wild card. That
Hold on.
could have been a possibility.
I'll give you one better.
Not as the 7th seed.
You throw.
Who was okay?
Even Joe
So,
Burrow's been a
If
little worse
the
in the
Bengals
postseason
would have took the Browns spot,
than the regular season.
that was a possibility that you could have.
No, because they would have played the Texans. That's what I'm saying. And not the Texans. Yeah, they would have played the Texans. Or the Texans or the Ravens.
Y'all ridiculous. Go ahead, Cordell.
Please.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you throw Burrow in and you take out.
Tua,
No.
Lamar.
Stop. And you take out the Steelers.
Oh.
Like you take the Steelers out, you put Burrow in.
But the Chiefs don't.
Now
face them.
hold on. We don't know
So they would beat y'all.
who
The Bills.
the
Can't
Bengals.
remember the-
Possibly.
No,
That's up for God. There's a very real.
then because then you wouldn't have had to face Josh. He just would have had to play Tua, Burrow, Lamar.
Possibly because, but the only issue with what you're saying is if Burrow plays, it's not a guarantee that the Ravens still get the 1 seed.
But
If Burrow doesn't get hurt, things change.
Stop.
No,
Man with that.
hold on. On top of that, I'll do you one even bigger. I still think that the Jets would have made it with Rodgers.
Hell
absolutely. The play.
no.
So
The Jets were. Every game was like 16-13. They couldn't score. You don't think they're gonna put up at least 3 touchdowns to Aaron Rodgers?
No.
I'm just
tripping.
throwing out there the gauntlet.
We'll talk off camera. We'll talk.
I don't.
Say that.
I don't think so.
Also, in terms of a playoff ladder, you're typically not going to face 3 elite quarterbacks because you're going to face one like a Tua or somebody like that in the wild card, and you level up. So you're not going to face 3 elite ones typically on your one.
There's
not how that.
The 7th seed would have been the elite quarterback. Or not the 7th seed, the 6th seed would have been an elite quarterback, and then having to play Josh and then Lamar. Like, there's no what 6th seed would that have been?
If they're
If
it
Deshaun,
could have been the Bills.
if Deshaun stayed healthy,
So then the Bills would have just been could have been the 6th
The
seed.
Bills could have been the 6th seed.
So you're saying Aaron
Deshaun
Rodgers could have
would
won?
have been and he
You
would have
would
gone
have
through
Deshaun
Josh,
instead of Flacco.
Aaron, and Lamar.
Flacco was better than
That
that.
would
Deshaun
could
instead of
very
Deshaun
easily
was
be a
healthy,
thing.
he
The
might-
Jets
he
wasn't winning
probably
the whole
would have had a
damn.
good year.
People are happy to win the East.
I
think
did.
they would have got
And
the
we
part.
Alright.
Terrible.
So, anyways, back to my pick.
Oh,
Yes,
Chiefs.
I'm taking the Chiefs. I'm repping the AFC.
Wait, I'm the lone wolf.
Yes, you are.
Yes.
You doing Wolf?
Of course you are.
Wolf it.
And I'm
That's what's up.
taking this
That's what's up.
34-14
Damn, this is a beatdown.
Disrespectful.
because they're gonna get up and they're gonna stay up.
Pause.
Wow. All right. That's
Like
a great way to end the show.
That's really
Just pause
Remember
the
to
whole
like
show.
and subscribe.
Pause the
Hold
whole
on.
show.
real quick.
We are all
real
off season.
quick, I just want to know. This is really 20 seconds.
Yeah.
No more than 20 seconds, please, dudes. 20 seconds.
I can do that. What's your name,
We're going to take it
baby?
19 and a half.
All right.
Part of 20.
What about Usher's performance are you looking forward to? 20
Ooh,
seconds.
okay. I mean, Confessions is my favorite R&B album of all time. So anything from there, I'll be excited about. Boom. 7 seconds.
I just want the entire catalog. Don't let that little girl on stage. You know what little girl I'm talking about.
Hey, let him burn.
That's you really think he'll perform?
Yeah. One.
I mean, if he slows it down, I would appreciate it. Because I mean, a lot of his greatest songs are slow,
We can talk off camera, but if he does slow it down, what's he really going to choose?
nice and slow. You make me wanna
Superstar.
let it burn. That's where I'm at. Maybe you got it.
I like
back.
Burn. Burns good one. Yeah.
That's where I'm at with.
I don't know about Burns. I don't know about Burns.
For me, I'm looking forward to You Don't Have to Call. That's the song that I'm looking forward to the most, seeing him perform.
Okay.
What is he?
I need to see him on wheels.
What does he come out to? What does he come out to?
I need Superstar.
On the chain. That's the first thing you're gonna see is the U on the chain, and then you're gonna hear dun 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 dun.
Y'all really don't think y'all really?
And he gonna be dancing to it, and then Ye's gonna start.
Y'all really okay? Given the fact that this is the Super Bowl, okay, it's a televised game globally. Y'all really don't think he gonna like? I don't want him to come out to this, but y'all really don't think he gonna come out to Yeah?
That's what I just said. He's coming out to Yeah.
But that's just, why would he start with the treetop?
Because I feel it's the Super Bowl. Like you have to feed to so many different.
Yeah, the crowd.
You got to build up to that.
He's either coming out to Yeah or he's finishing on Yeah.
Yeah,
He has to be finishing.
I think he's coming out to it.
He's starting with Oh My God.
I think he's starting with Superstar.
Oh My God may follow up Yeah,
See what he start with?
but I think he's coming out to Yeah.
No. If you go to
Because all he got to say is peace up, A-Town down. It's like, oh my God, like
We're going. We're off to the races.
let's go.
Anyways,
No.
thank you, John.
That's not how concerts work.
Thank you guys so much for this entire season that you guys have stuck with us. If you're new, please like, subscribe, and follow. We're going to continue doing our thing during the off season. We appreciate you guys
Absolutely,
so much.
absolutely. Spread the word.
Absolutely.
Spread the word,
We're
man.
gonna
Let everybody know.
Continue to grow. We're going to continue to do bigger and better things. So I believe we'll keep you posted. I will do my best to start putting out announcements on YouTube that we are going to go live at a certain time, kind of like a countdown. Once I figure out how to do that, I'm going to let y'all know about it so that you won't miss any of the episodes that we have coming up. But again, till next time, Outspoken, say what you mean what you say. I'm Cordell.
Marcus.
Deuce, rolling 15.
All right. Y'all enjoy the Super
I thought you
Bowl.
were about to say something else.
We will be back here on Monday.
You are my
superstar.
Fresh off of the Super Bowl to give you our reactions off of it. So until then, be easy, be breezy, take it easy.
7 o'clock on the dot.
Oh, you just going to switch up on me?
I'm in the drop top, cruising the streets.
One more line. Hold on. One more line. All right. Y'all be easy. Be blessed.